I'm gonna discuss 11 albums in this video, starting with a 0 out of 10, absolute piece of garbage, and working my way up to a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I'll explain my reasoning for every pick, and I'll give you my best and worst song from each album. These are all my personal picks, so they may differ from your opinions, and I'd appreciate your support if you enjoy the video. I do read and respond to every single comment. Now, let's get on with albums from 0 to 10! Where do I even begin? Living Room by AJR. I'm gonna try to be as fair with my criticisms as possible. This shit is horrible! It's essentially just the annoying kids in school with enough money to make whatever the fuck they want, and they made it alright. It just seems like they perceive themselves as being so much more special and unique than they actually are. But in reality, it's the most generic pop rock ever, with terrible songwriting, cringy lyrics, and the most annoying melodies I could possibly imagine. There is nothing I enjoy here. Absolutely nothing. So, for my favorite track, I guess I'm going with... We may be lost and gone. To start, Growing Old on Bleecker Street closes the album off, and that's always a positive if this album is ending. Second, it's tolerable. It's really boring and extremely empty, but I'd much rather that than this. Yeah, it's still pretty bad, it's just not as bad as the rest, so 3 out of 10. And for the worst song, oh my god, there's so many choices, but yeah, it's... Thirsty Thursday. Thirsty, thirsty Thursday. I have no idea what in the fuck went through their minds when they were making this. I would say that this is the kind of thing that you'd hear in the background of a Roblox game, but even then, if I heard this while playing Roblox, I'd get off the game and uninstall it immediately. What's with the yodeling? Who decided that was the right thing to do? It's disgraceful to music as a whole. It's a 0. All in all, I think that the government should use this album as a torture method to get secrets out of criminals, cause I'll tell you right now, if I were a criminal and they did that to me, it would work flawlessly. It's an abomination, 0 out of 10. I don't think I've ever discussed Ian on this channel. You know, Ian.
Britney shit. Oops, I hit again.
No.
Damn, I'm on my DJ Khaled shit. We the best.
No. So, finally, it's his time to shine. 2005 is essentially just 22 minutes of some of the most uninteresting and repetitive trap music I've ever heard. It's just some white boy ranting about how cool he is over the most generic rap beats with some of the most generic sounding flows, and his writing is hard to listen to. This is IAN. Bitch, this not a drill. I couldn't take another L. I had to, real inspirational, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. He also just really struggles with rhyming. Have y'all noticed that? Like, I'm good with whatever, whoever, whenever, just tell him to hit my line. Why the f would I ever give up when I stuck out a family I can't let down? Line and down. Are you fucking serious, Ian? Do you seriously think those two words rhyme? And on top of that, he also seems to think that he's like this really important figure. Like, dude, I mean this in the most respectful way possible, but you're just another guy. And for my favorite song, I'll go with... Go Ian is the shortest track off the album. That's good. If there's less song, then there's less suffering. But for real, there's a decent sounding soul sample on here. That's like the only reason it's my favorite. The flows are honestly clunky and the bars are a mess, but that sample, it's pretty good. So I'll give this track a 3 out of 10. And for the worst, I think it's... We could be in bed while we're going to the club. We don't gotta worry right now, we in love. I forgot to write a script for this section, and I literally just got done re-listening to the album about 30 seconds before I started this part, and I can't remember a single thing about Have My Back. I didn't like it, and the fact that I retained absolutely nothing should show you just about how good or memorable it is. I guess, I don't know, 1 out of 10, I can't even remember it. Overall, the 4th track on this album is called I Ain't Coming Back, and I really wouldn't mind that, to be honest. I think Ian just takes what other rappers do well and does it in the most boring, forgettable way possible. This album is a 1 out of 10. Honestly, Nevermind by Drake. This album feels so incomplete. This is the best way I can explain it. It's like Drake's producer hit him up with some unfinished beats, and Drake responded with some temporary vocals. Then instead of adding more to the project, the producer just said fuck it and published that shit how it was. It just feels like a bunch of stock dance instrumentals with the most bare bones vocals you could imagine. There's no backing vocals, no interesting sounds or progression. It's nothing. It really feels like they whipped this project up in about 2 days. And a lot of people will say, at least there's Jimmy Cooks. That song isn't even that good. It's not terrible, but it just feels like a cut that didn't make it onto Her Loss. But still, yeah, it's my favorite track.
For the silicone, everybody fake now.
Jimmy Cooks is the only trap-sounding song off the project, and it has 21 Savage as a feature. Less Drake on this project equals good, I guess. Neither of them really perform all that well, and the beat is pretty mediocre, but hey, at least it's memorable, right? I'll give it a 4 out of 10. And for the worst one, I'm definitely choosing... Who thought the bed creaking sound effects were a good idea? They get annoying after like 5 seconds, and they go on for minutes. It genuinely ruins anything that the track could have possibly ever been going for. It's unbearably annoying. It's supposed to be talking about a toxic relationship or something, but the vocals are average at best, and the production just makes me want to rip my ears off my head. It's a 1 out of 10. I think when Drake was about to publish this album, he should have listened to the title. Honestly, never mind. Let's not upload this one. Would have been amazing. It's lazy, it's boring, and it's just a cash grab for Drake. It's a 2 out of 10. Encore by Eminem is a rough one. There are some good tracks on this album, like Mockingbird, like Toy Soldiers, and Never Enough, but they are surrounded by unlistenable garbage. There's actual sound effects of vomiting, farting, and shitting on this record. I'm assuming he's trying to be all edgy and funny, but it just comes off like he's trying way too hard to make people laugh. It's cringy, and it just makes the music sound absolutely atrocious. And let's not forget about
You're really just a big weenie. A big weenie.
like, what? Most of this album nearly causes me to have a fucking mental breakdown. Meanwhile, there's somehow a few really good tracks, like my favorite one being... Like Toy Soldiers is a beautiful track about friendship and how highly Eminem respects and cares for his closest friends. The chorus gorgeously samples Toy Soldiers by Martika from 1988, which brings the song a soulful, playful, very pretty hook. It's just a very serious, important, and enjoyable song. It makes me forget what album I'm listening to. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. And for the worst one, good lord, I'm choosing... My first single is honestly the worst song that Eminem has ever put out. I don't even have to explain much about this one. Literally just the fact that the chorus features realistic shitting sound effects is all I need to say. Like, who would ever do that? I get it, it's supposed to be funny, but just ruining a song isn't very comedic to me. It's just gross and dumb. Fuck this song, I hate it, it's a 0 out of 10. If you're trying to listen to 77 minutes of the most inconsistent rap of your life, then Encore is your choice. There's a few diamonds in the rough, but most of it is unfunny, poorly aged, terribly written humor. It is a 3 out of 10. AM by Arctic Monkeys is a 2013 pop rock album that is loved by many fans, but to me, it always just sounded like the kind of music that you'd hear in a store. Every time one of these songs comes on, I just start panicking and looking for one of those color cards, cause I swear I think I'm in Home Depot. I don't dislike any of this music, none of it sounds outright irritating or poorly made, but I just don't really care about any of it. There is not a single moment on this album that makes me go like, ooh, that sounds good. It's just all very meh. For my favorite track, I've chosen...
Why'd you only call me when you're high?
I guess this song is slightly interesting. Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High kind of blends their sound with an R&B atmosphere. It's about an unhealthy relationship that's It's pretty sad. I don't know, man. This song is just kind of boring to me. There's nothing about it that I really like. It's a 5 out of 10. And the worst one has to be... I Want It All is a song about how he wants every lovely encounter with a beautiful woman to keep on. I don't know what to say about this. It just feels kind of weird and a little creepy. It doesn't even sound that good either. It kind of annoys me. It reminds me of the kind of song that would play at like a school pep rally when everyone's getting all hype. I don't know. It's a 3 out of 10 for me. And if you like this album, fair enough. I can't hate on you for that. But to me, it just feels like the most bare minimum when it comes to rock music. It literally doesn't do anything for me. I give AM a 4 out of 10. Playboi Carti is the 2017 Cloud Rap debut mixtape from Carti, and I know, it's a mixtape, it's not an album, I don't care, I'm including it. I think it's a great showcase of the potential that Carti had with many of these instantly iconic trap hits like Magnolia and Location, although I do think the project feels more like a blueprint or a rough draft for Die Lit more than anything else, which yes, before you call me a Carti hater, I love that album, I think it's great. I just think his self-titled mixtape doesn't have as layered production, as innovative ideas, or as catchy vocals. But it does bring some good tracks to the table, like my favorite one being... Many people claim that Location is Carti's best ever track. I don't quite get that. I do like it a lot, don't get me wrong. It's got the catchy synth pad in the back, the memorable rapping, and that awesome little beat tone switch thing. But it really doesn't blow me away like it does for many people, but it's still a solid 7 out of 10 for me. I like it. And for the worst one, it's without a doubt.
Boss up on these niggas. Boss up on these niggas.
Had To is the closer to the album. It's just about Carti's rise to fame, and there's nothing inherently wrong with it per se, besides maybe the vocals are a little off, but besides that, it's just kind of boring. It's the same basic trap sound with little to nothing interesting about it. I wouldn't mind if it came on, but I would never turn it on myself. I'm gonna go with like a 4 out of 10. Yeah, 4. And this album was just the beginning for Playboi Carti. You can tell that he had a lot of talent here. He just didn't quite expand on his ideas well enough in my opinion. There are some good tracks, but they're surrounded by a lot of meh, so it's just a 5 out of 10 for me. Doo-Wops and Hooligans is just a bunch of 2010 Bruno Mars pop hits. Like, seriously, this album is incredibly popular. I never realized how many streams it actually has, but it all just feels kind of surface level. I do enjoy a lot of these songs. They're all pretty decent, but none of them do much. They exist more or less just to be big hits, and they definitely succeed at their goal. It's only 35 minutes, so it's a quick listen, and I feel like this is an album that many people would enjoy. My favorite track has to be
Walking to the moon.
I've always preferred Bruno Mars' slower, more emotional songs over his upbeat, dancey tracks, and Talking to the Moon is one of those slow ones. It's a track about a long-distance relationship with a girl and how he talks to the moon, hoping she is doing the same thing at the same time. The instrumental is extremely simple, mainly made up of drums and piano, and this allows Bruno to just go ham with his emotional, powerful vocals. He actually said himself that this is his favorite song on the album, so let's go. I agree with Mr. Mars himself. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. And my least favorite one is definitely Lazy Song. To me, it feels like if Bruno Mars sat down and was like, how can I relate to people? Oh, I got it. I'll act lazy. The people are gonna love this one. And instead of coming off like this relatable anthem, it just seems like an out-of-touch teacher trying to appeal to his students. Anyone else feeling lazy, class? Is that just me? Is that anyone else? It's just kind of cringy, although thankfully it doesn't sound awful. It's pretty damn annoying to be honest, but it's not the worst thing I've ever heard, so it's like a 3 out of 10. Anyway, Doo-Wops and Hooligans feels like the perfect project to listen to for your first ever album. It's just a good look at what popular music typically sounds like. It's catchy, it's fun, it's pretty standard, but there's something for everyone. It's a 6 out of 10. Without Warning by 21 Savage, Offset, and Metro Boomin is a trap classic that many consider to be the greatest trap record of all time. Do I think that? No, but do I think it's good? Hell yeah! All three members do a great job here, all delivering awesome verses in production. Everyone made sure to do their part in their group project. Maybe it's not the most lyrical, spiritual, deeper meaning kind of album, but it doesn't need to be that. It's just there to give you some fun sounds to vibe to, catchy beats, memorable hooks, and great replay value. And if I had to choose a number one song, I'd go with
Go to the line, young nigga, don't listen to that purchase. After I cut up.
Before I discuss this song, tell me this doesn't sound like Minecraft music. See? Like, you have to hear it, come on! Anyway, Ghostface Killers is the iconic intro to the album. It's got the Travis Scott feature, and the track is just about how these aren't the kind of people you want to fuck with. Like, seriously, does he look like the one you want to mess with? Exactly, no. And yeah, the title is a reference to the Wu-Tang member Ghostface Killah. That's cool if you ask me. It's an 8 out of 10 song. There's really nothing that sticks out as the worst one, so I'll just choose
49 and he's still serving.
Like I said, none of them are bad. Still Serving is a pretty good song. I actually like it. It's just another trap banger talking about the typical stuff, and the production is almost hypnotizing. I'm struggling to find a reason as to why this is the worst one. To be honest, it's just the least memorable to me. It's still like a pretty good song. It's a 6 out of 10. I don't know. If you're one of those people who claims to not like trap music, give this 33-minute album a spin, because I think it's really good. It's known to convert trap haters into trap fans. It is a 7 out of 10. Awaken My Love by Childish Gambino has always been a very conflicting album in my mind. On one hand, it has some of the most beautiful sounds of the 2010s, but on the other hand, a lot of it sounds like it's almost stolen from other tracks. Like, listen to these comparisons and tell me that you don't hear a striking similarity. I'm not entirely sure what to make of this. Is this just heavy inspiration, or is it borderline stealing? Either way, I really do thoroughly enjoy how this album sounds and the atmosphere that comes with it, and my favorite song is actually Stand Tall is the breathtaking outro track. It talks about the courage and advice that his parents gave him over the years. It's hopeful, it's motivating, and it's incredibly positive. Gambino hits some of his best vocals ever on this track. They're astonishing to say the least. And the instrumental is relatively simple. It makes sure to not get in the way or distract from the beautiful message and vocals. It's flawless, and it's a very original track. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. And for the worst, I don't know, man, but I'm going with California is more of a silly, funny track to put you in a good mood, and I'd say it succeeds at his job. He uses these weird, over-the-top vocal inflections that sound a little wonky, but in the end, I don't mind them. I actually find them pretty funny. It's definitely not the best song I've ever heard, and it can get a bit irritating, but for the most part, I don't mind it, and I find it very creative and innovative almost. But yeah, I'm settling with a 6 out of 10. Overall, I don't know how to feel about Awaken My Love. I truthfully do highly enjoy nearly every single moment of this album, but it shockingly resembles sounds to other music, and that weighs it down a bit for me. It's not entirely original, so it's an 8 out of 10. Currents, the 2015 psychedelic pop modern masterpiece by Tame Impala. This album is full of electric and colorful production, from the catchy bass lines to the glitchy synths, and of course, Kevin Parker's goddamn fantastic vocals. The listening experience is actually very similar to how the album cover looks. It's hard to explain, but it's like being surrounded by these waves that are floating about. I sound like I'm on copious amounts of drugs right now. Each track expands on these pop rock-like ideas, and it discusses themes of personal change and growth. You get to learn a lot about what it's like inside the mind of Kevin Parker. And for my favorite track, I've gone with Let It Happen is the near 8-minute grand introduction to the album. It's a track about accepting the way the world is and letting go, allowing things to simply take their course. By just letting things happen, the song says that you can truly start to find yourself. The instrumental is gigantic and epic, with one of my favorite guitar riffs in modern music, and the digital sounding synths make it sound like you're inside of a fucking computer, like you're Wreck-It Ralph or something.
I'm a wrecker. I wreck things professionally.
It's a modern classic that improves as time goes on. It's a 10 out of 10 track. And for my least favorite, I chose... Now, this kind of feels like cheating. Gossip is less than a minute long, and it's essentially an interlude, so maybe I shouldn't choose it as the word. Too late, I picked it. It's just an instrumental that's supposed to mimic the noise that gossip and rumors sound like in someone's head. It's fine, I guess. It's a 6 out of 10, I don't know. Overall, Currents is a bright, immersive album that's extremely easy to get lost in, and it still sounds just as fresh over 10 years later. It's my 9 out of 10 album. The one, the only, Pink Floyd. I've talked about Wish You Were Here a lot on this channel, and I really wanted to give Animals its flowers. So yeah, it's made up of 5 rock tracks, 2 of which just function as a short intro and outro, so there's only 3 actual songs here, spanning from 10 to 17 minutes in length. All 3 of them are absolutely phenomenal and contribute to the album in an indescribable way. The album actually is a critique of capitalism using animal metaphors. The predatory dogs represent ruthless politicians. The oppressive pigs symbolize corrupt leaders. And the sheep resemble the working class, who are unfortunately exploited by the people above them. It's all very intentional and very well thought out. And my favorite one of them is definitely... Dogs is without a doubt one of the best Pink Floyd tracks. It's a 17-minute dive into the dogs within capitalism, the politicians, businesses, and corporations who prey on the poor to make a living. It's slowly told over a building instrumental that contains a catchy, almost creepy main guitar riff, and these echoey... sounds that repeat through the track. There's also many instances where you can faintly hear dogs barking in the back. That makes sense. It's called Dogs. It's a flawless track. Let's be honest. It's a 10 out of 10. And for the worst one, I don't know, man.
Fruitcakes on the way.
This doesn't even really count. It's the small little outro that just closes the project off. I just couldn't choose. They're all too fantastic and important to the project that I don't think I can make a decision as to which one I like the least. So my true answer for the worst one is actually none of them. They're none. They're all good. Yep. Animals has literally everything you need in an album. A good message, check. Great songwriting, check. Amazing singing, check. Keeps me coming back over and over, absolutely check. It is, without a doubt, a 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. Comment down below whether you like cats or dogs better to prove you made it here, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.